And the first question you get from the entire party of the people you are running to for help is, the first question is, what did you do? Let me answer you. Today, I am answering you. 99.5% the woman did nothing. Never again ask that question. When a woman is bleeding, when the woman has been beaten, to an extent she has gathered courage to run and go seek for help, and the first question you ask is, what did you do? Cheating husbands. Remember when this husband starts cheating? As we said, the first one, he no longer provides. That is one of the results of a cheating husband. All his resources will start being directed to the other woman. He will no longer provide for the family. He will no longer care about the family. He will no longer take up responsibility of the family. This husband now belongs to another. And the genuine wife knows that. And there's nothing she can do about it. Because in some cases, when these genuine wives try to ask the husband why you're doing this, the husband will wind up being violent, will wind up being insulting. You know? So the wife will just live to observe and to stomach all that which the husband is doing. I know of a case, and I will call her a friend because it's a lady I knew very well, who the husband used to cheat. The husband would even go and spend nights in this other woman's home, especially over the weekend. But the bitter truth is, the wife never asked the husband anything because the wife knew. And on the onset, the wife tried to tell the husband, kindly don't do it, kindly stop doing this. But when she realized the husband is determined to terrorize her through this woman, she decided to back off. She decided to focus on her job and raising her children, because she had, I think, 4 children or 5 children. So this lady continued with her life. But guess what? This cheating husband, when he is with the other woman, he would give the other woman the phone and tell her, I know now she's getting ready to sleep. Just call her and insult her. True story. Everything we are discussing here today, it is live. It is happening. The reason why you do not know is because it's a taboo to speak about it. Women are not supposed to speak about it. So the husband, this woman would call this wife and really, really insult her, until it reached a point this woman decided, even if the husband phone call rings, and especially when he knows the husband has been sleeping out or is with the other woman, the wife will never pick up his call. It's a sad story, and that's why I've decided to tell it. Later, the woman was working, as I said. So they went to survey some place in the northern part of Kenya. They went to work. So she used to complain of migraines. And of course, even the people in her workplace, they knew the reason why she used to have migraines is because of stress. Stress from who? The husband. So she just collapsed. By the time they picked her up to rush her to the nearest dispensary, because it was a place where there were the hospitals, there were no like major big hospitals, she had already died. So guess what the colleagues did? They picked up the phone, and of course the first person they should call is who? The husband. So it was about 6 in the evening as I was told. So they called the husband. The phone rang. I think he was just ignoring it. Then he picked and insulted, because actually the husband thought it was the wife calling. So the husband picked and insulted the guy on the other side. And unfortunately, it was a colleague, it was a guy, because now the ladies were crying. The roommate of this lady in that place was a lady. So the other guys, the other officials in the place of work, they all ran now because the lady has passed on. So the men now are handling the matter, the ladies can't. So this is the colleague now is a male colleague. So the husband is abusing the male colleague, not knowing that it is the wife, and he's actually being called because the wife is dead. So when he was done abusing, the guy did not even get a chance to say anything, because he disconnected the phone and switched off the phone. So this gentleman took upon himself, he slept with that phone of this lady until in the morning, until he noticed the husband has switched on the phone. Because he actually didn't sleep, I think he was just monitoring the phone with all the rage and the anger anyone can have. So when the husband now, when he realized the husband has switched on the phone, he called the guy. The guy picked and he told him, "Shut up, I was just calling to tell you your wife is dead." And now the guy decided to torture the husband. He switched off the phone, and that was it. The guy got confused. He started running like a cat. And this was a Friday, so Saturday morning is when he's switching on the phone at 6 a.m. The question is, why did this wife die? Do you need a postmortem to confirm why the woman died? Because she died out of what? Stress. It doesn't matter whether it was a migraine. It doesn't matter it was a cardiac arrest or it was a heart attack. What contributed? The husband. And guess what? This husband knows. He knows. And I can tell you he has been repenting ever since. But husbands, why wait? Why wait until your wife is no more to come back to your senses? Why wait? Why wait until your wife is no more to realize what you have been doing is wrong? Why wait? Why did you marry her? Did you marry her as a tool of torture? Did you marry her to be satisfying yourself when you torture her, when you see her crying, you're happy? Was that the reason why? Because clearly you know that was not the reason why she agreed to get married to you. So if this is your reason, why don't you let her go? She's a daughter of a mother, just the same way you are a son to a mother. Release her. Why don't you let her go? The day you woke up and realized that now this is a punching bag, why don't you let her go? Why waste her life? Why ruin her life? Why destroy her? To the extent she has lost her life. Your children no longer have a mother. Because even if you bring in another woman, they will never be a mother to those children. They will never be a mother. Why do you agree to rob off your children their mother? Why? 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 This is the abuse from the eye of a woman. From the eye of a woman. Cheating husbands, you have no idea of what you do to that wife. While you think it's a joke, while you think every man is doing it. Who said every man is doing it? Because I've had that lie before. Every man is not doing it. You are doing it. You yourself. Not every man. Don't justify yourself when you err that everyone is doing it. Everyone is not doing it. You are the one doing it. There's a Kikuyu story that I was once given by my mom, and the mom, I think, from the grandmother, that there was a rabbit and a hyena. The rabbit told the hyena, let us go and beat our wives. So when the rabbit reached home, he took a drum and started beating the drum. So the drum is, when you hit the drum, and then the rabbit used to live on top of a hill. So when you beat the drum, the echoes, when the hyena listens, the rabbit is beating the wife. So the hyena started beating the wife for no reason. This was just a simple agreement they agreed from somewhere. So the hyena went and beat the wife and beat the wife. The wife ran away and left the husband, the hyena. So the next day when they met, it was like, hey, see, I beat my wife. I beat my wife until she ran away. And then the rabbit looked at the hyena and laughed. And then the hyena is asking, why are you laughing? The rabbit said, my wife didn't run away, she's still at home. Then the hyena comes to realize that actually he was deceived, because the rabbit has never beaten the wife. So who is the foolish one? So do not say that men are all dogs. Men are not all dogs. Men are not all cheating husbands. There are great husbands out there who have never cheated. From the moment they took the oath and made a choice to marry, they are there. So the one who is cheating is you, who have branded yourself with the title of a cheating husband, as a choice to wreck and destroy the union of your marriage. When a husband cheats, we are still talking about cheating husbands, because this is abuse from the eye of a woman. This is a woman who knows that the husband is cheating. And you come home, and because either you did not have money to go and sleep out with the women you're used to sleeping with, you decide now you're going to come and get it from your wife. We said we are going to speak it as it is. The first question you should ask yourself, does this woman have a heart? Is this woman psychologically prepared to sleep with you? Is she even willing to do it? Yes, you say it is your right. She is your wife. Will she genuinely enjoy that communion, knowing very well yesterday you were with somebody else, knowing very well you are just doing it to satisfy yourself? You actually even don't care about her or her feelings. It is about yourself. Or maybe because you broke up with that girlfriend. So this one is to be used and discarded whatever time you feel like. From the eye of a woman, do you know what it means when you're forcing yourself into her? Because this is now force. This is not willingly. And there is no genuine woman who will tell you that it is willingly, when she knows very well that you have another. Have you ever sat to think or try to step in her shoe and feel how it hurts from the other side? Cheating husbands. And for those who are bold a little bit to decline or to refuse, you beat them up. You tell them they're denying you your conjugal rights. And yet openly, you have showed this woman she's not the only one. You have clearly demonstrated you're no longer interested with her. You have clearly proven it and even told her you no longer love her. Yet you want to use her and abuse her, because if there is no love, and if you're not acting as a husband any longer, what right do you have to force her into bed? Just because you married her? Now she is a tool in your hands? She's a property in your house? Forgetting that this woman has a heart? Yes, she has a heart. She does has a heart. She has a heart. And that heart bleeds. That heart aches. And that heart is broken. And she cries in hiding. Constantly. She cries. And she cries. It is not those tears that you cry and tears are rolling out. There's a times you'll cry and tears will not come out. But your heart aches. I know genuine women know what I'm talking about. There's a cry that makes your heart ache, that makes your heart congested, that makes your entire heart pain. I call it the cry from the heart. And it's a dangerous cry. This is what you do. This is what it means when you cheat your wife. This is what it means when you abuse your wife. This is what she sees from her eyes. This is what it means from her heart. She knows the other is taking all the cream while she takes the crumbs like a dog. And yet she's the one who will stand with you when things go south in your career, in your business, with your health. But this is what you think she deserves when you're all energetic. When she has dressed you up, cleaned up your clothes, fed you, now your cheeks are glowing. This is what you think she deserves. This is the abuse from the eye of a woman when a husband decides to cheat. This is what she sees. You know, even your time belongs to another. She knows that. She knows your time belongs to another. She knows your resources belongs to another. She knows your smile. There's a way you used to look at your wife. Those eyes of love belongs to another. She knows it. The question is, do you know how much it hurts when she knows that another is having every good of the husband? That is the abuse of a cheating husband from the eye of a wife, of a woman, of a genuine wife. Let us go to another one. Abuse from the eye of a woman. When the husband decides to physically abuse, psychologically, emotionally. Because when it's already physical, it's already psychological, it's already emotional. Those three go hand in hand. When the husband decides that now the wife has become a punching bag, the husband decides now, and let me tell you, in most cases, when it comes to physical abuse, and I'm saying this with a reason. When wives who can no longer take it decide to speak, and they say, my husband is beating me, either they go and talk to their relatives, to their fathers, to their mothers, to their uncles, to their aunties, or to the ministers of God in church, or to counselors, or even run to the police station when it has become extreme abuse. And the first question you get from the entire party of the people you are running to for help is, the first question is, what did you do? Let me answer you. Today, I am answering you. 99.5% the woman did nothing. Never again ask that question. When a woman is bleeding, when the woman has been beaten, to the extent she has gathered courage to run and go seek for help, in one word, let me tell you, because we said let us not be hypocrites. Let me tell you what is in my heart. Shut up. If you cannot help her, shut up. Never ask that question again to a bleeding woman. Never ask that question again. She ran for help. If you cannot help, just tell her on her face, I cannot help you. Don't start interrogating her. That is not time for interrogation. Even a counselor, a qualified counselor should tell you that. What did you do? This is a bleeding wife, genuine wife, who has been in a union of marriage 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And you have the audacity to ask her, what did you do? I wish you were asking a woman who has been in the union of marriage for 5 months or 2 months, what did you do? By virtue of saying, hey, you have not even stayed, you have not even persevered in the union of marriage. Because I'm about to come to that one as well. This woman has been physically abused. She's running for help. Help her. Help her. Don't interrogate her. Don't intimidate her. Don't remind her again, it is your fault. It is not her fault that she has been beaten. Now let me tell you the taboo that women have been told. The reason why genuine women have been silenced. Wives have been silenced not to be speaking. Even in tradition, you are told the things in the home you're not supposed to don't wash dirty linen in public. Let me tell you why that one is. Because they know much evil happens in the confinement of a home. And it is physically done to the woman. Because you still want to subject her like a doormat, like a slave. That's why you do not want her to speak. And that is why you have come up with those proverbs, with those slogans. Not forgetting threats to shut her up. Let me tell you, when a husband, in almost 100% of the times, when a husband decides to come home and beat the wife, in most cases, if not all, the wife has done nothing. This man went and drank. This man has, first and foremost, he has gone and fed himself very well out there. Then he has drunk. Then he comes back. Then he needs to do some exercises. So who is the punching bag to exercise? The wife. Take it or leave it. That is the gospel truth. Talk to any young people today and they will tell you they have watched their fathers go out there, come and find the wife, she has done everything, she has cooked, the house was quiet and okay and there was no problem. And he will come and start beating the mother in front of even the children for no known reason. That is something that you have never heard, but today you will hear it because it is the gospel truth. Women are being battered for nothing. Genuine women. I'm not talking about others. I don't know what's going on, what else is going on. But in this channel, we are addressing the union of marriage and genuine union of marriage and what is ailing. Genuine women are battered for nothing. And it is never enough of what they do. This abusive husband will do anything, including lying, to just beat this woman. There are cases where the husband can even go and pick the wife from her place of work, and the minute she enters the car, he starts beating her. You have not spent the day together. By the time he was dropping you off to work, you had not quarreled. You were in good terms actually. Yesterday was okay, the day before yesterday was okay. But the minute he picked you, you got inside the car, and before you even said hi, he's already beating you. Yes, for those who are shaking their heads, yes, it happens. The reason why you're shaking your head because it's a taboo. Nobody has the audacity to tell you the bitter truth. This is the truth. Women are being abused physically for nothing. Let me tell you another painful one. The man has not provided food. He does not care where the food will come from. They are extreme abusive husbands. When they come home, the food is good, is well cooked. But simply because it doesn't have meat, the wife will be beaten blue and black. Why that meal doesn't have meat? Yet even the onions, he does not know the cost. But by the time he comes home, he expects food and good food on the table. Let me tell you another thing. As wives are being battered blue and black, and let me tell you something else, even abusive husbands use nyahunyu. Kenyans, you know what nyahunyu is, yeah? That plastic, that is like a rubber band whip. It's like a Maasai whip, and a very long one. They use that on women. And I told you everything we are discussing here today is happening. Where was I before I said the whip? Do you know in this union of marriage setup where women are physically abused, being beaten by their husbands, do you know children in those houses have never been beaten either by the husband, by the father or the mother? But the father beats the wife. The children do not know. They have never even been beaten, not even once. They do not even know what it means to be beaten. But they know the mother is beaten. There are some who even believe it is normal for dad to beat mom. It's part of the union of marriage. This is the role of a husband to beat the wife. This is what fathers are teaching their sons, their growing sons. It is okay to beat a wife. It is normal. It is part and parcel of the union of marriage to beat a wife. For no reason. I want that one to hammer and enter because it's a gospel truth. Yes, I'm not denying that there are some cases where the woman might have done something, but this is a grown-up wife. This is not a child. Even though she has done whatever, it doesn't warrant a husband beating the wife. But I'm not even talking about those other cases. I'm talking about the cases I physically know, many and many and many of them, from genuine married wives who are battered for nothing. And I told you also, talk to the young people, because they have also witnessed. Children witness. These children are not being told stories of what is happening in the home. They live to see. And they can confirm what I am saying today, that wives are being beaten for nothing. You have become a punching bag for your husbands. Some cases, the husband has gone and quarreled with the girlfriends who nje. Yeah? So he's angry. He has been angered either at his place of work. He has been angered by the girlfriends. He has been angered by the prostitutes he pays out there. Then guess what? He will come home. And the wife is the revenge bag. Revenge bag. And I'm telling you, that woman will be beaten. Will be beaten. Let me tell you how the beatings are bad. They will pull your hair that it will never grow again. They will give you permanent wounds. Even if that wound heals, you have a scar for life. Some of them abuse. Those ones is with great sadness that I will say this. Some of them will even amputate some parts of the wife's body. You have read those cases. And in most cases, for what? Nothing. Some will even burn their wives. Because the same way he's seeing other women out there, he doesn't want this one to ever be seen again. But she needs to stay there to be abused and him to have all the fun out there. How selfish. This is the abuse from the eye of a woman. The wife is ever crying. The wife is always fearful, because a violent husband, the minute you hear the gate has been opened and it is him coming, your heart is rushing. Your heart is beating. If you and the children were sitting in the sitting room, you're all running. The children are running to the bedroom, you are running to the kitchen. Because the monster has come. It's unfortunate. The home stops being a home, and now it's a house. Do you know the pain from the heart of this wife? The minute you are beating her, you're even breaking her teeth. Beating her until you are bruising her face, her eyes are swollen. Permanent damages of even eardrums because of beating. Beating some of them as wicked as ever. The target when they are beating the wife is the head. To make her go mad. Or to actually hit her in a place on her head so that she can just drop dead. Because you're no longer interested with her. Why don't you let her go? If it has come to this, why don't you let her go to continue raising your children? Husbands, don't rob your children their mother. Don't. That is the highest level of selfishness. Robbing off your children their mother. Don't. When you're dealing with abusive husbands, these are the men that will abuse you. Their words, let me mention a few things. Abusive husband. And today I said we are discussing things from the heart. Abuse from the eye of a woman. When I said abuse from the eye of a woman, is abuse a woman is telling you from the heart what it means when you are talking about abuse. Abuse from the eye of a woman. There are names that abusive husbands will call their wives that completely shatters them. And in real sense, the union of marriage comes to an end. Some of you might say the marriage ended when they filed for divorce or they separated. No. There are people who are still living together, but the union of marriage ended many years ago. Don't you know there are couples today who sleep in separate bedrooms? Do you know there are couples today who have lived for almost 15, 20 years and they have never been intimate? Yet out there they are husband and wife. Let me pinpoint some of the things. Some of the things is like the cheating, the beating, the lack of provision. You have another home out there. You have other women out there. Now we are in the part of abuse, physical abuse, men battering their wives. And now I'm talking about the abuse, the verbal abuses that these violent men call their wives. Husbands, when you call your genuine wife a prostitute, that is the end of the union of your marriage. Why do I say that? This genuine wife, some of them, got married to you untouched. You got this wife from the mother's home. You got this wife untouched. You know what I mean? This woman knows no other man but you. You in your cheating escapade, you in your battering, you in your assaults that you have been doing to her. Now you have seen it is not enough. Now words have started flowing. Curses, abuse, abusive words have started flowing. You prostitutes. This woman knows before the throne of God, she knows no other man. Before and after. Even after what you have been doing to her, she has never thought of cheating on you. And today you wake up and call her a prostitute. That is the day your union of marriage came to an end. I said we are going to say things you've never known. Today you need to know the truth that will make you free. You called her a prostitute. Yet she knows how much she has sacrificed. She saved herself, gave herself to you, knowing very well that this is my husband. He deserves me as a gift to him. And after all the abuses you have subjected her into, she's a prostitute. That is the end of the union of your marriage. You clearly break in pieces the heart of that wife. She will never speak it. She will look very strong and bold. But that is it. There are other milder abuses, verbal abuses like Satan, devil, Lucifer, all those words that you feel as you maybe discussed out there, you go and cause havoc in your home for nothing. All those abuses. Once upon a time I was told, it's better you beat me than calling me names. Because names stick. They never go away. Those names, she never forgets. She will forgive. She will release. But occasionally, or maybe she will hear those names elsewhere, even on social media, she will remember. She will never forget. And in most cases, especially calling her a prostitute, the minute she sees you, she remembers. And she wonders why you're asking her, why do you want to continue sleeping with a prostitute? And that is where now problems, very major problems, begin in the bedroom. Go back and recall what you did or what you said. Abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. Words are powerful. Remember, even curses. How do you curse? Through words. What are you doing when you are verbally abusing this woman? This woman who is still your wife, genuine wife, who has been with you through thick and thin, through all your wicked escapade. She has persevered. What have you been calling her? What do you think she feels? Have you ever even tried to think, examine her heart? It is sad. It is sad. This is the abuse from the eye of a woman. Verbal abuse. Verbal abuse. There are even instances where the husband will call the woman mad. You're mad. You don't think straight. Those are very painful curses and abuse. If you've been living with a mad person, where would you be today? That mad woman is the one who has been raising your children. And on top of the abuse, you have beaten her. Yeah? Let's continue.